Hello, today is Friday, June the 27th, 2025. And today we're going to talk a little bit on the U version. Matthew 5 and 6 says, "Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled." This verse was a part of the Beatitude in the Sermon on the Mount, describing the blessing for those who deeply desire spiritual righteousness and a right relationship with God, promising that their desires will be fulfilled. So today on June the 27th, it's another beautiful, blessed Friday. And we know we call it Friday TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Thank God for another Friday. Yes, just thank God that we are still alive. So have you asked yourself, what are you craving for? What are you thirsting for? What do you want to be filled with? In this fourth beatitude, which are a series of promises that Jesus had made about God's kingdom, Jesus said this. He said in this verse statement, it's about an appetite for righteousness, a spiritual hunger and thirst, a deep longing for righteousness, which is in line with the basic human need for food and water. And this longing isn't simply for personal moral improvement, but it's for the righteousness ways of life that God desires for us, and a yearning for God's justice and holiness to prevail in this world that we're living in today. In this beatitude, this was a short statement about a blessing from a godly perspective. And Jesus has stated that to those who hunger and thirst for righteousness are blessed. He said, "You're blessed," meaning that we have good things. We are blessed with good things, multiple good things. Why? Because that we will be satisfied. So, in other words, righteousness, Jesus is referring to talking about people who are eager to declare righteousness by God. In this context, righteousness refers to living in accordance with God's will and his command, both in our personal lives and in seeking justice and right relationship within the society. So, in other words, we are seeking to be saved. But those who come to trust in Jesus for their rights, for their forgiveness from sin, will receive exactly that from God. They will be saved. Hunger and thirst, these are the terms highlighting the intense desires in pursuit of righteousness. It signifies a deep seated craving for God's approval and a life lived in accordance with his standards. Jesus has in mind those who hunger to see righteousness, they will win. Their appetite for righteousness will be completed and satisfied. They will be satisfied in this promise that those who seek righteousness will receive a fulfilling satisfaction, both in our present experience of God's presence and in the future kingdom of God. So today, I'd like to leave you with this question. Are you longing for righteousness and justice? Do you desire the ways of God? Do you want to be someone who chases after that which can never truly satisfy, or someone who hunger and thirsts after God? But I want you to remember, the poor can be rich, the weak can be strong, and the empty can be filled. Jesus Christ not only holds the key to living water, but he is the bread of life. So when you feel him promoting your heart to fight for justice, to love the unloved, and to stand for what's right, even when it's most not popular, pay close attention, because